Welcome to Saint of the Day for January 13th, the feast of Saint Kentigern, also known as Saint Mungo. Here is a saint with a nickname that hits different. Mungo means something like dear one or my dear friend, and that is already a reminder that God builds his church through real people, not perfect backgrounds. Saint Kentigern is remembered as the missionary bishop, closely tied to the early church in Glasgow, and his life helped plant the gospel so deeply that a whole city grew up around that Christian foundation. Tradition remembers his early life as difficult and complicated, but God is not limited by a messy beginning. The Lord forms saints through prayer, discipline, and steady conversion. That is exactly how holiness works in the church. It is about grace and fidelity. Saint Kentigern preached, baptized, and gathered believers into a real Christian community in a time when the faith faced resistance and instability. He is also remembered for wider missionary work beyond Glasgow, including a period of exile and continued ministry, because no opposition could stop him. Instead, he kept going, kept serving, and kept building up the church. That kind of perseverance is what makes him so important. He is remembered as a faithful bishop who endured hardship without quitting. Now, a lot of people know Saint Kentigern because of the miracles associated with him, and they are honestly unforgettable. Tradition speaks of a bird restored to life through prayer, a ring recovered from inside a fish that defended an innocent woman, a fire rekindled from a branch, and a bell calling people back to worship. Those signs became part of Glasgow's identity, but they also point to something deeper. God restores what is dead, protects the vulnerable, rekindles faith when it gets cold, and calls his people back to worship. So how does Saint Kentigern's example get lived out today? It starts with taking the basics seriously. Sunday Mass needs to be non-negotiable. Confession needs to be habitual. Prayer needs to be steady enough to survive a busy week. Saint Kentigern's life is a challenge to stop hiding the faith and to treat daily life as mission territory. Whether at home, at work, or with friends, if your faith has gone cold, ask God to rekindle it. If life feels unstable, ask for perseverance. If fear has made you quiet, ask for courage. Saints like Kentigern prove that God can build something lasting through one faithful life. Go to the HolyManna.blog to get the full story and learn more. Saint Kentigern, pray for us. If you enjoyed the reflection for the Saint of the Day, please help us spread the message by reposting or sharing. Thank you and have a blessed day.